Now, welcome back to a series that y'all haven't seen in a minute, actually. Welcome back to TikTok Hot Takes. Now, the last time I made a TikTok Hot Takes video was back in February, where I talked about the '04 Pistons. Don't worry, the series is now back, so let's get into these TikToks, and let's give my opinion.
Number one, Michael Jordan. Number two, I'm a little torn, because I went back and forth on this, but I'm going to go with Bill Russell at number two. And let everybody lose their mind. Yep, these guys are done. Number three, LeBron. Number four, Tim Duncan. Number five, Magic Johnson. Number six, Kareem. Number seven, Larry Bird. Number eight, Steph Curry. Number nine, Shaquille O'Neal. And the number 10, I could not decide between Dirk, Garnett, and Wilt. So I'm just...
But hold on, that means he has Kobe at like 14 because he's torn between three people at 10. Which means they would also be 11 and 12. Which means where Kobe? Okay,
run your list back from 1 to 10.
Jordan, Bill Russell, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Steph Curry, Shaquille O'Neal, and one of either Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, or Wilt, or Arvydas Sabonis. One of those four.
What's the criteria for your list?
Greatness. I could put Kobe in that confusing list too, but he would not be at the top of that list for sure.
You say greatness is your criteria?
Yeah, greatness is my criteria.
What do you think greatness is?
Eat your crackers, man.
So the first TikTok is this guy giving his top 10 and is stupid. So first, let me start with his criteria. So when he said his criteria is greatness, greatness is a very vague topic. And when he's not actually giving his criteria for greatness, it shows that he's just not a intelligent basketball knower. Because when you have a top 10, you have a criteria. Like in my case, when making my GOAT case videos, I'm gonna say my criteria, all my things at the end. But at the end of every episode, I say why have somebody right there and why they're ranked above somebody. So when you're making a claim that you have Bill Russell number 2 and you say greatness, it should be rings, right? But you don't have Kobe in your top 10 and you have Dirk, KG, and Sabonis creeping in that top 10. Now, first, let me start with the obvious. Arvydas Sabonis should not even sniff, should not even be near a top 10, top 20, top anything list, because he was mostly good overseas. When he played in the NBA, he had a couple of good years, but had injury issues. So we're having a player who wasn't that good in the NBA doesn't fit your criteria of greatness because he doesn't have any ranks or any known accomplishments that helped him get to the top 10. So what is really your criteria? What's insane to me is how he doesn't have Kobe Bryant in his top 10. Because if his criteria is greatness, how do you not have one of the greatest players of all time in your top 10? Even if your evaluation of greatness is different from other players, greatness still has the same core concepts. So how is Kobe Bryant not in your top 10, but you have Dirk, KG, and Sabonis? No disrespect to Dirk, no disrespect to KG. They deserve to be in top 20, top 30, top 15, maybe conversations, but not top 10. I don't understand how you have so many players over certain players. Bill Russell is number 2 for you, okay. But when you're talking about greatness, Kobe Bryant should be in that top 10 list.
Now we have Kyle from Arkansas on the line. Kyle, what's going on, man?
Stephen Curry, my king. I think he's better than Kevin Durant. I think when they were on that team together, that he was actually the best player. And you know why I say that? Because Kevin Durant, since he left the Golden State Warriors, hasn't done jack shit. He's been with 3 teams, and he hasn't even gotten farther than Kyrie. And Kyrie fucking sucks.
All right, Kevin, I'm going to stop you right there. Yes, Kyle. Kevin, listen here, buddy. Stephen Curry is amazing. Stephen Curry is awesome. Everyone loves Stephen Curry, right? He didn't win a single Finals MVP while Kevin Durant was on his team. Kevin Durant carried Steph Curry's sorry ass through multiple different years. Yeah, Steph Curry wouldn't have championships those 2 years because LeBron would have beat him had Kevin Durant not been there to save them, all right? And don't you dare mention that Kevin Durant hasn't done anything. You know what happens after you tear your Achilles? You fall off. We watched it happen with Kobe Bryant. Why does everyone keep talking about Kevin Durant like he's some choker, like he's trash, like he's a scrub, as if he didn't blow his Achilles out? In 2021, the Bucks do not win a championship. The Nets do if the injuries don't happen to that team. So, Kevin, shove it!
Well, one thing that Kevin Durant needs to blow is that PVO head of his. That's what he needs to be brush his hair. But also, Kevin Durant hasn't done anything. I don't care how much you scream. I don't care how much you shout. That boy hasn't even been to a
He has more finals MVPs than Stephen Curry does. That's all I have to say.
So, another take that I see is this take has been very prevalent recently about how people are saying that Kevin Durant was the best player on this Warriors team. Now, I had a video that I actually made everything, but I scrapped it. And I talked about how Stephen Curry was the best player on the Golden State Warriors. And here's why. Now, one thing that annoys me is this finals MVP talk, which is annoying. Because Kevin Durant, yes, got both finals MVP when they won those NBA championships. But if you watch the Warriors play and you see how they play, you can obviously tell that defenses matter about Stephen Curry. One was guarding Stephen Curry more than Kevin Durant because of Stephen Curry's just ability offensively over Kevin Durant. Stephen Curry's ability to play make and also score and also move around elite level is more dangerous to not try to stop than just Kevin Durant elite scoring. Now, don't get me wrong, Kevin Durant is one of the best scorers of all time. He's arguably top 5. He's arguably top 5, top 3. But when it comes to NBA floor, and you're able to do more than one thing at an elite level, you're gonna be more dangerous on the floor than Kevin Durant. And what most people don't know is that Stephen Curry actually evolved during his time with Kevin Durant. I actually feel like if Kevin Durant wasn't on that team, they would have still been able to win the NBA championship because Stephen Curry was getting smarter with his offense. He was actually a better finisher than he was before and not relying that much on threes, which is prevalent because of how they was guarding him at the 3-point line and also because how smart he had to get when he's playing with somebody like Kevin Durant. And even with that, he was still averaging 28, almost 30, and still leading his team to very prominent places. So I just don't understand how you can be this much of a Kevin Durant caper and not realize that Kevin Durant has not done anything since the Golden State Warriors. Yes, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles, but Kevin Durant still was playing at an elite level after he tore his Achilles. When he was on the Brooklyn Nets, he had a plethora of chances to win NBA championships, plethora of chances to win, but the same limitations that limited him before limited him again. When he was going against the Boston Celtics, he cannot score while getting double teamed. He cannot score to his left, and that limits him when he's doing these certain things. So you cannot get mad at, you cannot say that we're hating on Kevin Durant for tearing his Achilles, when yes, that is a problem he had, but he still had the same issues he had before tearing his Achilles. He still had the same issues. So you're just caping for Kevin Durant for no reason. I don't know why you're caping for Kevin Durant when Stephen Curry was obviously the best player on the Golden State Warriors team. And even without Kevin Durant, I still believe they would have won those NBA championships. I still do.
If the Mavs win the NBA championship, Kyrie Irving is the best point guard in NBA history, according to Crunch.
In history,
100%.
No, I wouldn't say. But look, I'll put him in that realm. He's finally in the conversation. I feel like I'm just gonna be glad that it's gonna be no more excuses for his success. Every time Kyrie did something, we always hear people try to discredit it. I thought he was a team cancer, Chilltown. I thought he wasn't gonna win without LeBron James, Chilltown.
Hey, it's been almost a decade, so I mean, eventually you gotta do it. So it ain't like it immediately started. I will admit that he looks calmer. One, he looks more in control of his game. He looks a lot more confident, and it looks to me like with his game and how he plays off Luka, he's in a different space than he was when he was in Boston. He's in a different space than he was when he's in Brooklyn. He just looks better, and it looks like it fits. Kind of like it's not necessarily what I envisioned, because I did think that Luka needed somebody to play off of, but I didn't think that it would be like this. I did not, and it looks really good.
I just honestly firmly believe that he has been doing this since he's been in the league.
Another take by Crunch, which is obviously not a bad take because it's Crunch. Now, Kyrie Irving is not near the top point guard list. He's not going to be the best point guard in the league because he's still fighting. He's still got to fight Magic and Curry, who is 1 or 2 no matter who you have there. So, this is obviously after the Boston Celtics won the NBA championship. But even if the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA championship, it wouldn't have moved the needle for Kyrie Irving any other way. Because Kyrie Irving is not the best player on this team. The reason what makes Kyrie Irving different from other players is that how Kyrie Irving is a number 1 option on the championship team. And there is another take that I probably am going to put after this, where it says how Kyrie Irving, how one of the lies that's made about NBA history is how Kyrie is number one option. I made a video detailing about how Kyrie Irving is overrated, how he is number one option, but I'm gonna say it in this take. So Kyrie Irving is nowhere near the top point guard topics because of how he played in the playoffs as number one option. Yes, he has a championship ring, and yes, he has one of the best comebacks of all time playing against LeBron James. But after that, he hasn't done anything credible. He hasn't done anything at all. He hasn't won any MVPs. He has all NBA teams. He has all-star nods, but he hasn't won anything particular to bring him up the greatness ladder. So no, I don't think so, Crunch. I don't think Kyrie Irving, even if he won the NBA championship, and even if he won Finals MVP, I still don't think that he would have been anywhere near Magic Johnson or Stephen Curry. If you want to say he's 3 or 4, that's fine. It is up to you. I don't think he's 3 or 4 either, but he's nowhere near Magic or Curry. You have to do a lot of things to be near Magic or Curry, and Kyrie Irving was nowhere near that, even if he won the NBA championship.
I got a number for you. 15,806. That's John Stockton's total amount of assists. That's 3,912 more than Chris Paul. Let's just imagine, just for the sake of this argument, that those are all layups. All 3,912 of those assists are all layups. That's still 7,824 more points generated by John Stockton's offense, right? I think generating offense to that level is a direct impact on winning. So you can't tell me that John Stockton's game did not impact winning in comparison to Chris Paul. That's just a bald-faced lie. Now, here's another thing. He also has 207 more offensive rebounds than Chris Paul at the point guard position. What does that mean? I know you may not understand this, but that means more possessions, more generated offense, more impact on winning the game. 8 seasons, he averaged over 12 assists. 8 seasons, he averaged more than 12 assists. Chris Paul never did that once. Let's really talk about impact on winning and generating offense here, Casual. Let's do that.
Now, here comes another John Stockton take. Now, when it comes to John Stockton, any point that somebody can make is always about passing. That's the only thing they can make. That's the only direct point they can make. When it comes to this topic about Chris Paul or John Stockton, there is only one valid option about why is Chris Paul. The reason why people are saying John Stockton is because how much of a playmaker he is, which is overrated in that area, but of how much of good of a passer he was and how much assists he has. Now, yes, I'm not going to deny John Stockton's impact on winning. John Stockton has impact on winning when you're a playmaker, yes. But compared to Chris Paul, who has been in a plethora of situations and has had a bunch of different areas to play in, he has a obvious, direct, more impact than John Stockton. John Stockton only had one role his whole career, a second option playmaker next to Karl Malone, and most of the time that you actually play with Karl Malone, he's mostly in the low post generating his own points. So John Stockton will come up the floor, give it to Karl Malone in low post, and Karl Malone would decide what to do with it. Even if John Stockton would make a play, it wouldn't be that much of a direct as much as Chris Paul would do. Chris Paul, when you're impacting the offensive floor, it's more than just playmaking. Chris Paul did more things besides playmaking. He's still a great playmaker and passer, but he's also an amazing scorer. The reason why John Stockton has failed to reach these certain point guard categories is because of his inability to score offense when you have to score offense. There is certain points in the Utah Jazz run where they exploit John Stockton's limitations on offense on purpose because John Stockton is not that good of an offensive player. So the number 2 option on a championship team, and you can't even score. You average 11 points in the playoffs, and they're attacking you on purpose to limit your scoring. You're a limitation on the offensive floor. So when it comes to Chris Paul, who is a great scorer, a great passer, a playmaker, and obviously has impact on winning, he's just obviously the better player than John Stockton. He has more All-NBAs. He has more All-Star teams. He just has more accolades. He's a better defender. He just has more accolades and skill than John Stockton. And I don't know why this caper for John Stockton is so prevalent. He's just a good passer, and that's it. Thank you for watching this video. There's going to be more scripted content coming soon. I'm in the process of making a script. It's been a minute since a video, but don't worry, we got videos coming out more consistently. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe for more, and yeah, go to Takes.